Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Top Agent Podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Ryan Espy, and I'm joined as usual by my co host, Miss Stacy Regula. Stacy, how are you doing today?
I am cold. How are you?
Well, we're in Canada, so that's understandable, especially in Manitoba.
Yeah,
Yes, it is freezing cold outside, but we have a very special guest today. And
we do.
I'll tell you a little bit about him. Mr. Jordan Suber is an amazing eXp agent, but throughout the process of us asking him questions, you're going to learn a lot about him and find out just what kind of a special business he is running down there. And yeah, without further ado, let's bring him in. The Top Agent Podcast. Jordan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Even better now I'm here with you guys. How's it going?
We're doing good. We are here. We are freezing. How is it where you are?
I think it's like 70 today here in Austin, Texas.
Well,
So not too bad.
so you're basically your
Yeah,
temperature there is the same as it is in my house right now.
yeah. I'm literally sitting here with a heated blanket. It is cold.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's snow down there?
Oh, yes.
If I go 6 feet that way, I am standing in a snowbank.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
My mom's car didn't start this morning. It was so cold.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Jordan, the Royal Realtor, I see you got the hat on. That's awesome. Let's talk a little bit about your history, your story. So before you were ever involved in real estate, what did life look like for you?
how far back you want to go? Like before, like 5-10 years ago, or like even further than that?
Your
As far
story.
as you want to go.
Well, I'll start off with like my upbringing that inspires some people, so you know it was possible if you just put your mind to what you want to do. So for me, I was born with lead poisoning until I was 6 years old, and you'll know about that. People either die from that, or become mentally impaired for life.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm still here, and as far as I know, I'm not mentally impaired, so I lucked out there. I also grew up in a broken home. I was homeless off and on until I was 18 years old. So from 12 to 18, homeless off and on, no direction, nothing was working for me. But luckily, I kind of stuck with it with more skills. I always loved marketing and sales and so forth. I was 6 years old. With my friends' photos I was drawing and go door to door and sell them to our neighborhoods. So I was always selling stuff, always doing things, even as a 6 year old kid. One, I needed to make money to survive, and two, it was kind of fun for me to do that kind of stuff. Fast forward many years, I was in school for pre-med, realized that being a doctor is cool, but you have to work a lot of hours, and mostly just kind of not life I wanted to live. So I switched to psychology and marketing, and I made a investment with my mom. I was like 22 years old, and when we took over the restaurant, it was making $100 a day. And then after a month of this doing marketing for it, we were making $5,000 a day. So I knew marketing was the bread and butter for all businesses. And after I realized that, I kind of transitioned my skill sets to doing marketing for realtors. I was doing them, hoping to own 100 leads a month, making them extra 30, 40, 50K a month from my marketing endeavors. 5 years of doing that, I realized that I'm charging 5K a month, but they're making 50K a month. I should probably change what side of the corner I'm sitting on, So I got my license about 2 years ago, and now I'm top 100 in the company. My team's over 100 people in 19 states, and we're growing super fast.
Wow. That's a really interesting story. And you made it to the top, hey? 100 realtors. So you got into real estate after that, and then you went into which brokerage, or do you mind telling us where you went from there, how you started?
Yeah, so I had a mentor that I was doing marketing for at a different brokerage called Central Metro Realty. I never actually joined them. I saw behind the scenes how it looked, what it was doing. And then I met my sponsor, Terry Rager, at some conference, and she kind of showed me eXp Realty. And I decided to not go with my mentor and join eXp instead of the brand new realtor I've been ever since.
Oh,
I've loved it.
so you went straight into EXP.
hmm
That's awesome. And how many years ago was that?
That was just over 2 years.
Just over 2 years. Wow.
Yeah.
I think
Now, what made you choose eXp? What was the appeal to this company that actually drew you in and you said this is the one?
Yeah. So for me, I was doing marketing before that. I was trading time for money. I would charge 5K and I do all my work for them, make income. And I realized I do real estate, I can make more income for something I'm already doing, but I was still trading time for money. And you don't know, freedom is everything. So when I saw eXp Realty, I saw the stock program and revenue sale program. I'm like, wow, this is a much better opportunity because it's much more scalable and it's passive digital income, which is like the dream. And I want to have kids one day, and now I'm married. So I want to have a way to help them. If I got sick, something happened to them. But I saw the revenue sale opportunity. I knew it was a no-brainer, especially for those who want to have a life outside of this business.
Wow.
Wow. So did you just dive straight into growing your revenue share organization right from when you joined eXp, or did you just focus on sales for a bit?
Yeah, great question. So my first 3 to 6 months, I did real estate to kind of, say, hey, I can do this. Not only was I a marketer, but I also know how to do it for myself personally. I did probably around 16 or so transactions my first 3 months as a realtor. I got a house on a contract within 1 hour before for 20K above asking price. Sold the homes for 150K above asking price within 2 days. So like I kind of showcased that I can do this. And as soon as I did those things, I went all into real estate agent attraction. And my wife got her license, I think 6 months after I did, after she saw what I was doing. And now we're working together.
That is an incredible story. There's a lot of agents that don't do 16 transactions in a year, let alone their first 3 months.
Yeah.
We're talking about experienced agents. So that's a wild amount of success. What would you think is like the main key to your success as far as agent attraction goes?
Definitely marketing. I think, again, one of my virtual mentors says that, a salesperson can make $1 million a year, maybe $5 to $10 million a year. But a marketer can make $100 million or $1 billion a year because marketing is like how you fast track everything. So for me, I spend almost all my time kind of pouring into other agents, teaching them techniques, teaching them advertising, teaching them Instagram marketing, Facebook marketing, YouTube marketing, anything else that I can teach them, help empower the businesses. And by doing that, they want to join with us because we can take, instead of watching my free stuff, get my paid stuff for free and join our team instead.
Wow.
That's a really solid plan.
Thank you.
So are you still selling real estate then, or are you just primarily focused on this now?
I try to avoid selling house stuff and play. It's hard to do sometimes, but I try to avoid it as much as I can. If I get deals coming to me, I'll refer it to my team.
Nice.
I'll put my lines a little bit. So I probably referred over $4 million in the past
Wow.
9 months or so to people on my team, people outside of eXp, to help use that as an attraction tool as well. And our teams probably do around $100 million this past 12 months. So my main focus is helping grow that team, do more production, and have much larger, impact in the real estate industry.
Wow.
So this is a question we ask, but it's definitely going to be a unique perspective from you because you are coming at it more from a marketing perspective. But what are you doing to adapt to a changing market?
Yeah, I'm hyper focusing on video creation. I think right now in this market, people are not only scared of what's going on, but they want to have someone to trust. They want to have a leader. Everybody in the whole world wants someone to look at, okay, that's the person I'm going to follow, someone I respect, I'm going to listen to. So I'm trying to really become that voice for agents, teaching them techniques about marketing, about leadership, about scalability. We have to talk to their clients. And my whole focus now is YouTube, making courses, making podcasts with people like you guys who are just killing the industry and that kind of stuff now.
That's awesome. I find it inspiring because I've had my license now. January will be 3 years. I did 2 years at a different company, came over to eXp last January. And yeah, same thing. I came into eXp, focused on real estate, but now I'm really trying to grow my revenue share organization. So would you say that when you came into eXp, you probably had a goal set in mind for yourself? Would you say that you passed that goal? Like looking back, did you expect to be at this point, with 100 agents?
So I have huge goals. This is a bittersweet thing. So if my overall goal of 100,000 agents on our team in the next 10 years, help 1 billion people around the world. That's like my goal in the next 10 to 50 years. Now, will that happen? Who knows? We're going to try either way. And so for me, our first year, our goal was 100 agents on our team. Our second year was 1,000 people. So I'm nowhere close to that number yet. I think we'll probably end this year. We'll probably in the next couple of months, we'll have 200 people in the organization. Hopefully by next year, 1,000 people. But it's definitely slower than you think when you first start doing it.
Yeah.
Step faster than you think we're going to speed up later on.
It's definitely a slow process to get started, but it's interesting to see somebody in your shoes. So,
well, you're focusing on video creation. Now you're focusing more on making content towards the agent.
Yep, hands down towards the agents. We just made a new course. 6 months behind the scenes making it. It's all about teaching agents how to grow the revenue sale groups, be a better leader, how to teach them that marketing and so forth. And then for video content online on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, same strategies. It's teaching other agents how to be better leaders, how to grow faster, how to make a bigger impact without having to work 100-hour weeks.
So my next thing was going to be, what role do you feel social media plays in today's market?
Everything. I think social media is the great equalizer. If you look back 50 years ago, even 30 years ago, to reach 1,000 people or 100,000 people would cost you so much money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars to reach 1 million people, 40 years ago, and a whole production cast, whole production crew. Now I can open my phone, make a quick video, and blast it to tons of people using groups on Facebook, using advertising, getting viral on TikTok and so forth. You can grow so much quicker and change your whole life in a day. You're one post away from a whole new life.
That's really interesting. Would you say that you're more about a volume guy, like just keep making sure somebody is posting something all the time, or are you very targeted and calculated in what you're doing?
So I think it's both. You want to make sure that you have a consistent posting, schedule, but you also make sure it's not like run-mill content. You still want to make sure it's valuable and it's going to help people. But if you asked me 6 years ago, I was posting every single day, and how hard I tried, it was not good because I was new to the fact. Now I can post the content in 5 minutes, and it was to be good because I've done it so many times. So you want to get up the reps until you become a natural at that, and then eventually you can have like content ideas and make like a big storyboard for yourself. On this day, I'm posting this. And this time post this, and this, and make it like actually work together as a whole like marketing strategy.
it's definitely something I need to learn to do.
Where can people find your information, Jordan, about your course that you have? Because I think a lot of agents could really benefit from that.
Yes.
Yeah, so of course you go to me on social media on Facebook or Instagram. This is Jordan Super, my name, .realtor. I'll pop up and we'll do our first soft launch this week. So you'll see a lot about it pretty soon to get the first access to it.
Nice. That's very interesting. You want to jump into the fun ones there, Ryan?
Sure. Yeah, Jordan, we got some fun questions. This will give us a little more insight into you. Do you watch movies? Because some people don't. It's rare.
Yeah, I love movies. I am a workaholic. I will tell you that right now. So I do work like every hour of the day, pretty much, because it's fun.
Hey, me too.
So yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
But I do watch movies. I like watching war movies, fantasy movies. We're watching the new Avatar on the 16th. So we'll definitely movies.
Schedule. It's on my schedule as well. But what would you say is your favorite movie of all time?
Troy, hands down. So Troy,
really?
about Achilles. Oh yeah, I love ancient history, and that movie is all about chasing your dreams and making a huge impact no matter what happens. He knew that he probably wouldn't make it after the war, but despite that, he still went to it because he knew he would forever live on in history. Plus, it's a lot of action, so also pretty cool too.
Yeah.
It is a good movie. So, what is your favorite thing to do when you're not working?
Walking my dog, going to the gym, writing, making content, which is still work, I guess. So
Yeah.
my schedule, my life is really designed that it's pretty much all productive, even if it's not productive. So if I'm walking my dog, it's because I need exercise and so does he. If I'm watching a movie, that's to relax and unwind. So this is probably my big activities and like going hiking and stuff like that.
Nice.
What book has had the most influence on you?
That is a great question. I would actually say 100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. It is about making offers so good, people feel stupid by not buying them. And it is a fantastic book. If you know the author, he went from like no money to $100 million in 3 years with his business. So I've been reading that book like a Bible the past few months, making my course even better because of it.
Nice.
You know, the interesting part about that is we have done so many of these shows now, and not once have we had the same answer to that question.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true. Now that I think about it. What would you say the best piece of advice that you've ever been given?
Best piece of advice is do it before you're ready. Don't wait for the world to tell you that you're allowed to do it. Don't wait for your friends, for your spouse, for your friends, for anybody you know out there to do it. Because at the end of the day, no one knows when you're truly ready to do something but you. And you don't even need approval or permission to live the life you want to live. And you're more enough right now in the very moment to make that happen for yourself.
That's amazing advice.
It is.
Jordan, that's it. That's our whole show. We thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me here. I had a blast with you guys.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to tell the audience before we sign off for the day?
Yeah, I would say, guys, no matter where you are right now, like I was saying before, this is your time. This is your moment. This is your chance. You're one post away from a whole new life. And just get out there and start experimenting and dream bigger. Again, I was homeless off and on to 18 years old. Now I'm a millionaire. I have a huge team. I'm growing super fast. And that would not have been possible if I just, got comfortable and stopped growing, stopped adapting, stopped evolving. So for you guys out there, just know you are more than enough right now and take massive action. Before you know it, it's only going to fall in place the way you want to, even better than you think is going to happen.
Amazing. Thank you, sir. We
Thank you.
appreciate you. Stacy, any final thoughts?
No, that's it. That's great advice. Motivated now.
All right, everybody. I'm going to post a few links in the video description, so make sure you check that out for Jordan's stuff. And we hope to see you all soon, and we'll be back next week.